All right, so let's jump right into this. Don't want to be insensitive to the victim's family or families. Yeah, in showing their pictures, but of course everyone is showing it. So big up on yourself. Um, give thanks for the check-in. Saying no. Let me close that door. Or is it that bad? I think it's not that bad. Yeah, man. So of course, two things. What's happening here? I think Facebook has compromised my page because I start talk about um, religion of late. Excuse me. I did two videos or three videos on religion, and I noticed anytime I speak on religion, Facebook literally like shut down the page. So some subjects are off limit, I guess, when it comes down to Facebook. But don't worry yourself, Facebook will soon think there. we say we say Hannibal. Now, you know what's funny? I'm actually doing a course um that is based on the same topics or similar topics that I'm gonna speak on. You see? It's so coincidental. I just picked this class, right? I just picked this class, and you know, it's it's weird that as soon as I pick the class, so we're in the middle of a race conversation. You see, man, I say, I want to show you something that I learned from the class that I didn't see before. I hope I can share this without getting in trouble. I think it's on YouTube, so I think it's okay for me to share it. But look at this. Look at this. I want you to watch this video. What you're watching here is um, the killing of um, Tamir Rice. Hope I'm saying his name correctly. Correct. So this is the killing of Tamir Rice, right? Now, why is it important to play this video? Look at the timeline, right? So look at the timeline of what's going on here, right? So this is Tamir, right? 12-year-old. And what he has is according to the reports that came out after, what he's holding is a toy gun. And this is him actually in his neighborhood or close to his home. And the police car pulls up, and within 2 seconds, an officer shoots Tamir. 2 seconds of pulling up. This is interesting, you know. Within 2 seconds of pulling up, a 12-year-old child is killed, right? He had what the police claimed they thought was a gun, right? Two seconds. 2 seconds. This is actually what happened. That's a kid. It's a police car. Bam. 1, 2 seconds. Dead. You see that? This is his sister running to his rescue. So you know that this is actually what I chose this class um, 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know that the information that I was gonna ascertain would run um, would be parallel to what we are talking about tonight in the case of what happened in Buffalo. Right? No. We're not even gonna go back at um, the white guy that killed the 10 people in the church, the 9 people in the church. We're gonna keep it at where it's at now because we don't have to go back there to prove our point. And we're not even trying to prove our point. Yeah? But just look at the difference. Look at the dichotomy. Yeah? This man was arrested alive, was not tackled to the ground, he was not shot. The police were not in fear of their lives. We compare that with what happened to Tamir Rice and others. You realize it's a big racial disparity in the country called, you know, the country where we live, or where some of you live, or where some of you go to work, or where some of you reside, or where some of you travel to. You realize black people are killed in an instance if they are seen doing things that police officers deem a threat. You see that? A white man is not of any threat to the police officers who comes in, police officers who show up, excuse me, and just put an handcuff on this man. You just put an handcuff on him. And that is it. So he can now sit in jail and assess what he did and feel proud and feel like he achieved his goals of saving or trying to save his race that is under attack or is threatened by black people. It's just a few days ago I shared with you the eugenics movement or the eugenics agenda. Well, you see, when I talk, I come like a little idiot. I just attack. It's just few days ago I shared with you the eugenics movement and the eugenics God, in my opinion, that I was telling you about the God that don't want black people to come into his temple to break bread because they have flat nose and his black people have flat nose. I told you a few days ago that white people are always protected by who they serve. Now, what is interesting in this whole thing? What is interesting in this whole thing is, and I hate to make this comparison, but I think it's needed. So many people, Christian people, pastors, and all kind of people were saying, God killed Kevin Samuels because he said things about women. Or many of them are sitting around waiting for God to do something to me so they can rejoice in what God did based on me having a difference in opinion. Let's call it an opinion or opinions. But what is interesting is most of the people that this man killed in Buffalo, allegedly killed in Buffalo, most of these people were good, decent, humanitarian, police officers, ex-police officers, deacons. Somebody upstairs and knock a ball. You knocking. Just smile, Lucky. Sorry about that. Yeah. So of course, regular shoppers are retired police officer remembering the victims of Buffalo shootings, right? So look at this. 10 people, of whom were black, were killed in a mass shooting at a supermarket in Buffalo. And you have already seen this, so I'm not going to go over all of this. Yeah. Now, this is one of the victims, right? She was returning home from visiting her husband in a nursing home when she stopped by Tops to pick up groceries, a daily ritual. Her son, Garnell Whitfield, told ABC. You see? My God.
All that energy, cause I did give her that medicine. I want nobody, you want it all over me. She want put all that energy, cause I did give her that medicine. I want nobody, you want it all over me. She say nothing to divide us. Loving me is the right choice. See me with another, she got jealous. I met her on a flight to Lagos. She pray to God, make him guide us. Whatever we do, make him the bless us. Anybody way want break us. Say she go fast and pray like Jesus. Let me give you love like I never feel. I got that energy for you and me. I did with you, I will never leave. Wow, 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 wow. Let me give you love like I never feel. I got that energy for you and me. I did with you, I will never leave. Wow, 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 wow. You are me. I won't give you all of me. I won't give you all of me. I won't give you all of me. She put all that energy, cause I did give her that medicine. I want nobody, you want it all over me. She put all that energy, cause I did give her that medicine. I want nobody, you want it all over me. She got a beautiful smile. She give me peace of mind. She better give me life, can't even lie. She got a beautiful smile. She give me peace of mind. She better give me life, can't even lie. Let me give you love like I never feel. I got that energy for you and me. I did with you, I will never leave. Wow, 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 wow. Put all that energy, cause I did give her that medicine. I want nobody, you want it all over me. She
put all that energy. Cause I they give her that's a medicine.
I want nobody. You are there all over me. This way, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna log off and come back on. I need to go knock on those people that do and tell them, I don't know, like somebody that play ball and can't play ball in the house, man. I know you're knocking. I come out and get a message. Damn, man. You got gym go work out, man. Or quota do go work out if I work out, no work out, man. Anyway, sorry about that, people. Thanks for the patience. See? Don't know, I can't concentrate on the knocking. It's like that throw me off. All right, so we could jump back into the reasoning. See? Let's jump back into the reasoning. So here we have it. See? This is one of the persons that the man allegedly killed. See? So Ruth Whitfield, she was returning from visiting her husband. So this is so sad. This is very sad. Can you imagine her husband is in the hospital now and or in a nursing home. He's in a nursing home. And she went and visited him. Big woman. You see it? Big woman. Right? This is another sister. Yeah? Roberta Jury. One of the victims. You see? This is a retired police officer. You see? Protect and serve. You see? No, it's interesting. It's interesting. Let me not say that. This is another brother. You see? So Deacon, yeah, Hayward Patterson, was shot while inside his truck. He was inside his truck in a parking lot of the supermarket. Pastor James Giles told ABC Buffalo affiliate. Patterson family describe him to the station as a loving person. He leaves behind a wife and daughter. So he's actually a deacon in the church. Yeah. There's another sister. She's the humanitarian. You see, Pearl Young, an Alabama native, spent the final years of her life teaching children as a substitute teacher in the Buffalo School District and was heavily involved in her church community. Her sister Mary Craig told ABC News she loved her student and they loved her back. You see, missionary Pearl Young was a worshiper and loved God. She's key in people and love God. Missionary and she loved God. You see that? Another sister on the right, Geraldine. You see? In the final moment, Geraldine Tally would come to the top family market Saturday afternoon for a few items. He sent her fiance down an aisle to retrieve something on a shelf before they could reunite. And our suspect entered the supermarket and killed her. Okay? Another sister. You see? Just beat breast cancer. Just beat breast cancer. Catherine, another person. Another brother. Oh, sorry. Condolences. Samika Murray. Samika said it's her daughter's teacher. And that's sorry to hear, sister. No, it's just sad that these people, good, decent people, let's show you said death people. I tell you that death is an illusion, and people use death to when persons die or anything like that, and people use things like, oh, it's because you're wicked why you're dead, or because you're this why you're dead, or because of that why you know those things. This is just to show you that, listen to me, you cannot live your best life. You cannot live as a great human being. You cannot live as a humanitarian. You can be living as a Christian. You can be living as a deacon. You can be living as a pastor. You can be living as a grandma. You can be. Death is imminent to every one of us. That we must understand. And we've been talking about people like Kevin Samuels for weeks or a few days now, and other people that people think that they deserved what they got, and you deserve to die because you were an evil person. The good and the bad will die one day. Zane, the good and the bad will die one day, because these people were decent people. These people were kind, loving people. Is it? These people were great people. But what is, I don't even think it's the right time for me to even speak say certain things on this subject. But what I find strange is the time that this man had to plan based on his manifesto, the time that he planned this. I have to be very careful. I have to be very careful, because some things really are coming on my mind, Bridget, and I don't think it's the right time to say them. I don't think it's the right time to say these things. Might be a little bit insensitive. Maybe next time we say it. So this is a Buffalo supermarket shooting suspect allegedly posted an apparent manifesto repeatedly, citing great replacement theory. Right? So this, I said, is his manifesto. Right? So a manifesto allegedly written and posted by the suspect in a mass shooting at a Buffalo supermarket that killed 10 people laid out specific plans to attack black people and repeatedly cited the great replacement theory. Now, this is in line with eugenics. I've been telling you about eugenics, where the eugenics movement, they created the eugenics movement because they thought the white race was under threat, and they wanted to keep the race pure. And people used to be castrated and all that stuff. These are things that the information is there on this. I don't know why Facebook has a problem when we speak on these things, but these things are historical facts. The eugenics movement was created by Europeans that claim that they are 100% white, and they did what they had to do and are still doing what they have to do to protect the white race. And this is what's happening here. You see? Based on this manifesto. The replacement theory, the great replacement theory, the false idea that a cabal is attempting to replace white Americans with non-white people through immigration, interracial marriage, and eventually violence. You see? The manifesto, which appears to have been written by the 18-year-old Peyton Gendron, included a shared birth date and biographical details with the suspect in custody. The PDF was originally posted to the Google Docs at 8:55 p.m. Saturday, 2 days before the shooting. Gendron of Conklin, New York, was arraigned Saturday evening in the Buffalo Circuit Court. So the manifesto, which has not been modified since it was posted on Thursday, includes elaborate details of a planned shooting The document claims the suspect chose Buffalo because it was the city with the highest number of black people in his vicinity. So what this is telling you this that this could have been anyone. This is telling you right here that this could have been anyone, anybody. You see, racism has no respecter. Our racist has no respect for you, for black people's lives. That's the reason why they hate when you say Black Lives Matter. You see? Or they love when you say Black Lives Matter because it fuels them. They either hate it or they love it. You see? But what this is saying here, and Lorraine said, God, God take this world, yeah. I'm sorry, sister. It not go happen. Not go happen, sister. Not gonna happen. But what this is telling you right here, you know, a man can sit at home or sit around planning a massacre, and you don't know, as a black man or a black woman, if you are going to be a victim of the place that he or the place that is targeting. You don't know if you're going to turn up at that supermarket that day, at that grocery store, at that whatever, wherever. So what this is saying to us now as black people, that wherever we frequent as black people, we are supposed to be concerned about our social gatherings, or we mostly shop, where we mostly go to buy food, markets, etc. We now have to be careful, or we have to be mindful of black people, that we are now a threat to the eugenics movement, because they are afraid, right? They are afraid of the great replacement. They are afraid that we're going to extinct the pure race. You see, people get upset and they try to remove all of these. The Republican Party try to remove, are still trying to, they have succeeded in removing some of the critical race theory out of the schools, and sociologists and anthropologists are coming under attack, or being ostracized from the curriculum, from teaching system, or from the institutions, because they do not want people to learn about their history, and they do not want people to speak about these things. It's a crime. It's people get offended. People start look at you like you're race baiting when we speak on these things. People report our pages. People think that we are race baiting. People think that we should forget about slavery. How do you forget about slavery when you still have the slave patrol? Because what is happening here, you still have the slave patrol and you still have the eugenics movement in full effect. So how can we forget about what happened during slavery, what happened and what has been happening over the years, when each time a wound seems to be healing, someone comes and pulls the scab off? How are we to move on? When people say move on, you need to move on. How can we move on when we are afraid to even gather? We're afraid to gather in a store to buy some food. We're afraid to gather in entertainment centers. Yeah? And the sad thing about this is, black people cannot do like white people and go buy guns, because black people buying guns are afraid that you're going to have a gun and ends up like Tamir Rice, because the police is going to show up, or may show up, and don't ask any question or questions. They ain't going to tell you to drop it. And if they even tell you to drop it, by the time you're dropping it, you're already dead. So it's not like black people can go arm themselves. Because if you walk into a store as a black man, and and anyone, any Karen sees you, they're gonna call the police and tell the police you have a gun. They see a gun, and of course the police is gonna come, and the police that are coming, they are in fear of their lives, because it is proliferated that people should be scared of black people. Just imagine this. Just imagine this. The people that enslaved black people, colonized our regions, took away everything from us, placed us into slavery, took away our knowledge, wiped our slate clean, took away our deities, took away our practices, our religious practices, or whatever you want to call it, spiritual practices or whatever. Rubbed us clean of everything. These are the people that are claiming that they are afraid of us. The people on this earth who are not privileged or who are marginalized to buy guns, they are the ones who are said to be dangerous or murderers or rapists or thieves or all these names. You see, a police car can pull over a white man or a white woman, and that person will just say, I have the right, I have the right to carry my guns. But a black man may be killed for that. Because as soon as the police sees anything that resembles a gun, even a cell phone, you may be killed for just having a cell phone because it's black. And the police officer may, win, may not be found guilty because you had something that resembled a gun. And you cannot measure fear. You cannot tell a police officer you are not in fear of your life. You see? But it's quite interesting that police officers are not in fear of their lives when a killer who just shot and killed multiple people get to go to Burger King or is taken into custody making cute mugshots. Not a scratch. His mugshot is like he's doing a photo shoot to be a model. So of course he will be getting all the letters in prison from women that think he's cute. This could have been any one of you. When we speak, we're not race baiting. We are speaking reality. We are speaking about people who believe that black people are supposed to stay inferior. And if they see any signs that black people or people of color are moving up on the food chain, it's a problem. They feel threatened. Do you think this is the last person that will do this? We saw it with Dial and Roof. We saw it with all the police officers. But this will continue to happen to us as black people, You know why? You know why this will continue to happen to us? Because we are not united. We do not stand together for change. We do not stand together as a union that sends a clear message that we are not going to be sitting ducks. That is a problem with black people. You see, we love to follow, and we tend to think that people like us and people care about us, and we hate each other, we despise each other, we kill each other, when the real enemies are out there waiting for a chance or an opportunity to prove that they are superior to us. One thing I can tell you is, I'm not going to be serving the same deities that any human being on this earth who are more privileged than I am serve. Because it simply means that the deities are doing something for those people that it's not doing for me. The manifesto includes dozens of pages of anti-Semitic and racist memes, repeatedly citing the racist Great Replacement conspiracy theory, frequently pushed by white supremacists, which falsely claim white people are being replaced in America as part of an elaborate Jewish conspiracy theory. Other memes use troops or whatever name, and directed data to denigrate and the intelligence of non-white. In the manifesto, St. John claims that he was radicalized on 4chan while he was bored at the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic in early 2020. The document also claims critical race theory, a recent right-wing talking point that has come to generally encompass teaching about race in school is part of a Jewish plot and a reason to justify mass killings of Jews. In the manifesto, Gendron repeatedly cites Brenton Tarrant, white supremacist mass shooter who killed 51 people and injured 40 others in a Christchurch, New Zealand mosque. Like Gendron, Tarrant live streamed his attack. Tarrant also told investigators he was also a frequent visitor of 4chan. This is I think, a website that that is still running and that is still up. But let a black man has a website. Let a black man put up a website where people can be radicalized. That black man is going to go to prison, or that website, the people of that website are going to be called terrorists. But not in this country or your country. They're not going to be called terrorists. But let a black man or a Middle Eastern man put a website up where people can come and get radicalized. They will hunt him down. The theory has been cited by several mass shooters since 2018. See, since 2018, see, who has been charged with killing 11 people. So Robert Bowers charged with killing 11 people. Patrick, race replacement theory has recently received support from traditional power centers of the American right, according to an P. North Pole. Fox News Tucker Carlson has repeatedly pushed replacement theory on his show. This is somebody that is prominent on Fox. I know that the left and all the little gatekeepers on Twitter become literally hysterical if you use the term replacement. You see? This man is on television as one of the top hosts. If you suggest for the Democratic Party is trying to replace the current electorate, the voters now casting ballots, with new people, more obedient voters from the third world. Gendron's attack was live streamed. Some users of the website 4chan discussed the attack, and at least one archived the video in real time. This man was actually telling people what he was going to do, and no one picked up on it. But let me say fuck on my Facebook, and Facebook picks it up. Let me say BITTTTTCJ, and I'm blocked. You see? So the genuine attack was live streamed. Some users of the website 4chan discussed the attack, and at least one archived the video in real time. You see? Releasing photos of dead civilians inside the supermarket over the course of Saturday afternoon. One video clip from the live stream permeated extremist sites in the hours after the attack, featuring Gendron's last 2 minutes of driving to the supermarket and cutting off as he exited the vehicle outside the supermarket. Not a scratch. So, of course, this image, of course, is testament to copycats that you know what? You will not die. You can go and shoot up anywhere you want to go and shoot up. You will not die. You see that? So Gendron said he had chosen to target the upstate New York store because it sat in the zip code 14208, which he said has the highest black percentage that is close to where I live. And we are the ones that people are afraid of. People are out there planning. There is no black man. There is no black man that I've heard about, that I've learned about over these years, that sits or that sat and planned any attack, any mass attack on white people. Through everything that we have been through, there has never been a black man that I've read about that sat and planned and carried out an attack or attacks on white people. Just out of the blues. Let's just go kill some white people. Was that something that, what is his name, Lee Boyd Malvo? That's what Lee Boyd Malvo did, or Malvo was just shooting, randomly shooting people. I think he was randomly just shooting people. Somebody said Colin Ferguson. Was Colin Ferguson targeting white people, or he was just out there shooting people? I stand to be correct on that. But just look at this. The man is sitting there at home. The man sat there at home and planned to target a place that black people frequent. You see? The manifesto said he'd been radicalized entirely by the internet. You see? This is what radicalized him. So they're telling us we can't even speak about God. We can't speak about Jesus. We can't speak about slavery. We can't tell our people that they tricked us into worshiping Eurocentric deities. But a man or others or people or race or white supremacists are on the internet being radicalized. And they're worrying about little us that are just merely telling our people to wake the hell up. Because nobody's going to save you. No one is coming to save you. No one cares about if you get killed in a store, killed on the plantation, or wherever. No one cares about you. Or in the streets. Or if it was a toy gun you had. You saw that video where the police came into Walmart and saw the man. The man was looking at the guns that were selling in the store. The guns were selling in the store. And the black man took up one of them and looked at it. And by the time he looked at it, somebody called the police and said he has a gun. Bam! As soon as they reached in the store, he was dead. But look at this. This man without a scratch. This is who he said he mimicked. Because he was taken in alive too. This is one of his other heroes. This one got Burger King after he killed the people in the church, Dylan Roof. You see that? This is another one, the Norwegian killer. It seems. Police said that 11 of the people he shot were black, with the other 2 white. You know what's interesting? When I was watching the video, the man shot a white man and said, sorry. You see? The reason why he didn't kill the white people, you know. The man shot a white man and said, sorry. He was conscious enough to tell a white man sorry for shooting him. He's of no threat. How do you see him, if I'm looking at the same picture, and worry? Yeah, this is him. Why would you worry about him? This is a face that all of the people that are on dating sites now, this is the type of face that black women are craving now. Cute boys. This is a face that black women are telling you that, oh, white men treat us better than black men. White men treat us better than black men. This is the type of face, innocent baby face. See, Gendron discusses hatred for blacks, Jews, left-wing people, and transgender people. He also offered biographical details of his mundane life, saying he'd grown up in blah, blah. Gendron I was never diagnosed with a mental disability or disorder. You see, him telling them same have no mental disability, but of course they claimed that he was evaluated for mental disability, so them soon call it mental disability. Listen to this. This is what is important. And remember the video I showed you with Tamir. The killer was arrested after walking out the front of the supermarket and arraigned at a court Saturday night. This is what you need to pay attention to. All of you are telling me to come back to church. And all of you are telling me that, oh, one day God is going to do something to me. Tell him this man walked out the front door, the front of the supermarket. Just let any one of you who think that God is still going to do something to me, before you pray again and ask him to do something to me for talking about him, let him and his son know this, right? That the killer that just killed people that served him, worshipped him, deacon, all of those, and I don't want to get in there because I don't want people to say, yeah. But just tell him, say the killer was arrested after walking out the front door of the supermarket and arraigned at a court Saturday night. He has so far been charged with 1 count of first-degree murder. You see? 10 people dead. Gendron, so I guess them doing investigation to find out if it's him shoot them. Gendron spoke only to confirm that he understood the charges with his lawyer, saying he'd deny it. You see this? Him get a chance to deny something that we watched. This man is getting a chance to deny something that we watched. Ask yourself this question. If any black man could walk in a store and shoot so many people and walked out the front door, huh? Just ask yourself and just tell me if this is not hell on earth. You see? You're talking about hell is after this life? No. It is hell on earth when you don't know if you leave your house. Somebody that you know nothing about, you have never met this person. This person is not trying to rob you. This person is not trying to steal food from you. This person hates you for the color of your skin to the point where that person is going to turn an AR-15 on you and blow your brains out on the spot for just being black. For just being black. You have never met this person. You have never seen this person in your life. Never. But this person just walks up to you and you thought, or you're there thinking, okay, this is just another white man. And next thing you know, bam. You think a black man could do this and walk out the supermarket. He gets a chance to deny it. He's actually playing games, and why not? He's actually playing games. You know what's funny? The funny thing is, we will never learn. The funny thing is, we will never get it. That we only have us. The funny thing is, we will never unite as black people. We don't boycott nothing. We let people treat us like garbage. We are doing things to let people look at us like we're animals. We're dropping on floors, rolling around in mud, eating grass. People drinking people jumping in, people going in drum, or drums bathing off their skin, giving us the water to drink. People beating us in church. Pastor telling congregation to beat themselves. And all these things that we're doing. Plus, we will kill each other for speak about the gods we believed in or believe in, the gods that has never intervened on our behalf. The gods we serve has never intervened on our behalf. Imagine most of these people that this man killed are God loving people. And he drove miles to kill them. But you're worried about, but you're claiming that I'm going to be cast down for just chatting stuff on Facebook and Instagram. We will never get the respect. We will never get any form of privilege on this earth because we continue to do the same old, and expect something different. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. Some people have no soul. You see? These people, they have no soul. You see who this man turned his gun on? Some people that you will see crossing the street and help them. Some people who you would see in the supermarket or in the market and let them go first. These people, they have no soul. Just imagine a man is turning a weapon on a person he has never met in his life. Never met this person in his life. These are the people, the senior citizens that you will see, and you assist them. And most of us as black people, if we see elderly, white people, Chinese people, black people, our first thoughts are to help. You see? But we deal with a set of people that are cold as ice, cold as where they're from. You see? Big up on yourself. I'm going to delete this because Facebook have monitor my page. Give thanks to your reasoning.